Si, signor.
Give me the opposite of the following words. Ready?
Not ready.
Yeah, I haven't started. One.
I lost.
That's enough.
That's not enough.
Stop.
Go.
Sit down.
Stand up.
Oh, somebody stop.
Hello everyone, here we are with a new assignment, the semantic barriers of communication. With no further ado, let's get started.
The semantic barriers in communication, which is also known as language barriers, can be defined as misunderstanding and interpretation of meaning which restrict effective communication. It can be in the form of language, sign or symbol. The word semantics comes from the Greek word semantikos, which indicates significant. This barrier can be caused in every type of communication. The variations of meaning in language are visible between individuals in minor and cultures in major. Different in dialect, choice of words, pronunciation and spelling errors are some common examples of semantic barriers. After that, I will show you a small clip which will help you to understand semantic barrier better.
Good to see you. What's happening?
Well, Mr. President, I have the report here about the new leader in China.
That's great, Kundi. Let's hear it.
Mr. President, who is the new leader of China?
Well, that's what I want to know.
But that's what I'm telling you, Mr. President.
Well, that's what I'm asking you, Kundi. Who is the new leader of China?
Yes.
I mean the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy in China.
Who?
The new leader of China.
Who?
The Chinaman.
Who is leading China, Mr. President?
What are you asking me for?
I'm telling you who is leading China.
Well, I'm asking you, Kundi, who is leading China?
That's the man's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
Will you or will you not tell me the name of the new leader of China?
Yes, sir.
From the above clip, we can understand there is a language barrier between Mr. President and Condoleezza. The sender is trying to give in the information but the receiver cannot understand it. So now we will move on to the causes and types of semantic barriers.
Causes for the semantic barriers in communication. It mainly includes homophones, homonyms, and homographs. At first, we come to homophones. Homophones are basically the words with the same pronunciation but with different meaning as well as different spelling. For example, the words buy, by, buy, by, and bye, by. All three of them has different meaning, but they all have the same pronunciation. The next we come to homonyms. Homonyms are the word which has the same pronunciation and almost the same spelling in most cases, but all of them intend to give a different meaning in a sentence. For example, the noun beer and the verb beer has got the same pronunciation as well as the same spelling, but all of it give the different meaning in a particular sentence. Last but not the least, we come to homographs. Homographs are the words which basically has the same spelling but the meaning and the pronunciation, both of them are very different. For example, in this sentence, the research lead to the discovery of lead. In this sentence, the usage of the words lead and lead has the same spelling, but both of them has a complete different meaning as well as different pronunciations.
Types of semantic barriers in communication. Denotative barriers. The direct meaning of any word which must be shared by the two people to understand each other is denotative meaning. The barrier that arises due to the definition or the meaning of a word used differently by the sender and receiver is denotative barriers of communication. Connotative barriers. A connotative barrier in communication refers to the difference of meaning according to the different abstract situation, context, actions and feelings. Both the communicator know both the meaning of the word but chooses only one meaning according to the context. For example, the word God, which is used differently by people following different religion.
So now we will see how to overcome these semantic barriers of communication.
Point 1. We should prefer words which are familiar to the receiver in the interpretation we wish to give them. And point 2. Whenever possible, we should choose words with positive rather than negative connotations. With this, we come to the end of our presentation. Thank you everyone, and we hope you all will like it.